My name is Jesse Owsley, and I'm a project manager for Southern Supply, which is a set of distribution companies and manufacturing companies based out of Springfield, Missouri. Probably the single most exciting feature for me is the ability to publish dashboards as web pages so that I can set up web pages with information that I want to make available to consumers who need the information, and let them consume that with nothing more than a browser. And so again, that oftentimes will save purchasing a software license. It will save the hassle of managing a client, which gives them access to that same information. And it also gives me a really convenient way to display information from multiple data sources, from my ERP and my e-commerce system and delivery system and on and on and on at the same place. When we first put Informer in place, I really expected that it would be an IT function and primarily my function to generate most of the reporting that was requested out of Informer. But what I found is that is not the case. So we have as many as a dozen people in the enterprise doing self-service reporting. And we have a lot of people that consume the information. Maybe everybody in the organization to some extent consumes the information, but we'll have a dozen that generate that independently. And the really useful, one of the things that really enables that is the fact that Informer gives me great control over who has access to which data sources, and specific within each data source down to the table level or the column level to say who can do what with so the way the concepts of the users and the teams and the permission sets are very, very granular, and they're granular and they're easy to manage. And that granularity allows us to have users access directly to the data, and that in itself promotes self-service reporting. There are a number of things that spring to mind that relate specifically to how we ROI Informer. And one of those is the product, in my opinion, the product has the right mix of capability and usability. And by that, I mean, we were able to use the product pretty much out of the box without investing in a lot of training. I didn't have to go somewhere for 2 weeks for training or have people come on site and train us, and I did not have to spend money to get Informer connected up to the various data sources. I'm connected up to 8 or 9 different data sources, and very often there would be requirements for consulting in getting all of that set up to work with data sources we've never reported from. And we were able to do that with the product as it is. Now, I believe in professional services, but if we can do the work ourselves, then that is fantastic. A lot of times when we want to give people information or access to information in one of our business systems that would otherwise, without Informer, would require us to purchase a license, a software license. And again, purchasing software license, if you need licenses, that's great. But because Informer can generate information in dashboards, and because it can make just the information that's required available, many times we've been able to save money on licenses that we just don't need because we can provide the information through the BI. Another way that Informer has brought bottom line benefit to the business is as kind of the Swiss Army knife of BI tools. For example, when they needed to do an integration between the ERP and a shipping software, well, we did not have the shipping software, we didn't have the integration, and to do so, there was a pretty significant cost to integrate those. We had a situation where we had thousands of orders that need to be integrated into a shipping system. And instead we said, well, hey, let's just use Informer as middleware to do the integration from our ERP to the shipping software. And so there was an example of a software we just didn't need to purchase because Informer was able to do it. I do recommend Informer to other organizations, and I wholeheartedly and unreservedly recommend it to organizations that have other BI and reporting tools that are in place. And the reason for that is because the specific set of capabilities that Informer has make it extremely agile for just doing the operational things that you need to do. I deal so much and hear so much about people talking about reporting solutions that give you the view of the business from 30,000 feet. Well, that's fine and that's good, but on a day-to-day basis, you need the view from 6 feet. And I don't know of a better tool out there that gives you a view of the business from 6 feet for the frontline user than Informer does.